The region that's today known as Israel and the Palestinian territories was once under British rule from 1922 to 1948 as Mandatory Palestine. Palestinian Arabs and Jews felt uncertain during this period because they did not know if the future state would be Arab or Jewish. Both sides realized that the future would depend on who owned more land and who had more people by the end of the mandate. The Arab Revolt would begin in 1936. Some precipitating factors include a massive influx of Jewish immigration due to rising anti-Semitism in Europe, rising Arab nationalism, increased unemployment, discovery of an arms shipment destined for the Zionist military organization Haganah, and a poor citrus harvest. The Arab Revolt would begin when an Arab group known as the Qassamites attacked a convoy and killed 2 Jewish drivers. Irgun, a Zionist paramilitary organization, retaliated by killing 2 Arab workers the next day. Violence escalated. The Arab Higher Committee, led by Mufti Amin al-Husseini, called for a general strike, non-payment of taxes, and the closing of municipal governments. They also demanded an end to Jewish immigration, a ban on land sales to Jews, and national independence. Meanwhile, Arab rebels attacked Jewish settlements and British installations throughout the countryside. Arson, bombings, and assassinations went on. The British called in military reinforcements and increased their police presence. Palestinian Arabs were subjected to house searches, night raids, beatings, imprisonment, torture, and deportation. The strike stopped and the revolt slowed down when Great Britain appointed a commission led by Lord Robert Peel to investigate the causes of unrest. The Peel Commission published their report in July 1937. It said the mandate was impossible because Arab and Jewish goals in Palestine were incompatible. The Peel Commission recommended dividing the region into 3 zones: an Arab state, a Jewish state, and a neutral territory containing the holy places. Jews remained ambivalent about the report, but Arabs were horrified by it. The revolt regained traction. Arab rebels gained control of areas within the Palestinian interior and, for a short while, the old city of Jerusalem. Great Britain declared martial law and outlawed Palestinian political parties. They deployed tanks, airplanes, and heavy artillery throughout the mandate. Britain also sent thousands to detention camps, closed schools, fined villages, and made villages billet British troops and police. The Arab Higher Committee dissolved, and Mufti al-Husseini fled. With World War II on the horizon, Britain needed to appease the Arabs so that they would not be divided, fighting a war in Europe and facing Arab hostility in the Middle East. The White Paper of 1939 stated that the Jewish national home should be established within an independent Palestinian state. The White Paper also limited Jewish immigration and only allowed land transfers to Jews in certain areas. Arabs liked the policy, but still didn't entirely trust the British. Jews were outraged because the White Paper harmed their goals for a Jewish state and also harmed Jews who sought refuge in Palestine from Europe. Because of military and diplomatic tactics, the Arab Revolt ended in the summer of 1939. 5,000 Arabs ended up being killed, 15,000 wounded, and 5,600 imprisoned during the revolt. The general strike had made Palestinian Jews more self-reliant. The Arab population had become divided among urban-rural, class, clan, and religious lines, and due to the peace bands of pro-British Palestinian Arabs. Most of the Arabs' traditional leaders were either killed, arrested, or exiled. Meanwhile, the Jewish people had united behind David Ben-Gurion, the future first Prime Minister of Israel. Haganah had gained permission to arm itself, and had also cooperated with British forces during the time of the revolt.